What's good, YouTube? It's Jay here, and today I wanted to take a little bit of some time to kind of explain like the editing process that I do for a lot of different videos and stuff, from Call of Duty to vlogging to a lot of the Let's Plays and stuff that I work on. I have a distinctive process kind of for everything, and I just wanted to give a little breakdown kind of on how I really do everything. I could screen record, I guess, my editing process, but I mean, that's also kind of boring, and I feel like I can explain it just a little bit better by being able to kind of like point at things with my fingers versus like my mouse button. Also, we shaved. We're kind of a baby face right now. We shaved a little bit. We look good too. We're looking good today. I wanted to show you guys kind of how I do my editing, kind of go about my philosophy behind some of my editing decisions, why I do my editing myself versus like hiring somebody to do my editing. Well, frankly, to be perfectly honest, I can't afford to hire anybody because that's a lot of money. So I do all my editing myself. So I'll go ahead and I'm just gonna show you guys kind of how we do things, and let's get right into it. Originally, the way I initially used to do things was kind of weird. I used to record on like a separate computer, put all that information or all the files on like a flash drive or something. Then I would transfer it over to this computer over here, which is just inherently a stronger computer for all the editing I need. But I also don't like recording, like I don't like streaming on the same computer and playing games on it at the same time because it causes a lot of like lag and stuff. When it comes to like some of the Let's Plays I do, like with Empire War and whatnot, it's really not that intensive to record all that on one computer. I mean, it's Empire War, it's an old game, but like when it comes to like Call of Duty and stuff, I can't really record and play at the same time on the same computer without sacrificing the quality of something, whether it's gameplay or the quality of the like actual capture footage. Originally, we used to do everything all on one computer, transferred over, edited on this machine. My editing software is Sony Vegas 17. It didn't really work good on this computer just because honestly, this thing really does not have, it's not a great computer. It has a fancy case that I put in it and some nice lighting, but that's about it really. It's originally just a pre-built that I put a few SSDs in and just reconstructed into this tower. So into this case, but other than that, it's nothing really too special. This computer on the other hand is this is my custom build. I built this literally myself. So it's way better than what I was initially working with. I'll go ahead and show you guys kind of what we usually do. Okay, so let's say like we're doing like a Let's Play or something really. So we've got a variety of different tracks and stuff that I use for the editing process, obviously. We've got like video footage right here. Like this is all the video footage right here. This is the sound from the main video. I do cinematic intros for a lot of my different Let's Plays, you know, like catch-ups on what's been happening or what happened in the previous episode. That's what this is right here. I just call it speeches. We've got additional sounds like battle sound effects or anything else cool that I think is nice. And then we got another track for that kind of stuff, just as an extra track for whatever, so it doesn't overlap with everything else. And then we've got like a little muted tab right here. I essentially equate this to like a folder pretty much. This has a bunch of images and stuff that I sometimes use in certain videos, but I put them up here when I'm not using them. If I do need them, I just drag them up to one of the mini tracks I have up here, and then it'll actually appear in the video for the viewers to actually see. But when it's in this track, I've got it muted. You normally you won't be able to see anything in here when you're watching the actual physical like final product of the video. We also have this other segment down here. Now this is all the music that I use in most of my Let's Plays or vlogs and stuff. I usually put those all on one separate track. Sometimes I put them on their own separate tracks. I want the volume to be adjusted to a very certain way. So I usually edit the volume individually of each separate music track, and then I just raise their total volume overall depending how they all sound. I listen to each and every single track a little bit just to see if they sound good or not, and then we kind of raise the volume a little bit in unison with the volume of the actual video. Now this track has also all of my microphone audio and stuff in it too, so I have to do a lot of testing. Well, I used to have to do a lot of testing to make sure it all sounded good with the game and the music and so forth. It's a process. It's a process. It was a process. Now I've got it down to a science, and it's super simple and easy for me to do. So that's why I really don't honestly have anybody do the editing for me. I've got it all compacted in a way that's comfortable for me. So this is all the music. This is one of my Thrawn's Revenge Let's Plays now. With Let's Plays, usually they're like an hour long, 35 minutes to an hour long, depending on what kind of game we're playing. But when it comes to my Star Wars based Let's Plays, I edit every single soundtrack into this. All of these, for the most part, are all separate soundtracks. Most of these are from Star Wars: The Old Republic. I mesh them over with each other. I make them fade into each other to make sure they all sound good. If it's a battle, I pick the soundtrack that fits the battle most appropriately. Now, here's the kicker. I don't always use like these action-y Star Wars like soundtracks that sound like just the most epic space battle possible for every battle, because that's not how it's going to be all the time. Star Wars is a very thematic universe, you could say, so music is very dependent on the situation. You can have a very heroic or calming track even for space battles, depending on how things are kind of going. If you understand the science behind Star Wars and the music behind it, it's so easy to really get a grasp for everything once you really get involved into it like I do. Like I said, it's a process, but I know each of these tracks by heart. By literally just reading the name, I know what sound we're getting, and I'm just so used to doing it in this fashion, you know. All these are non-copyrighted as well, so that's really nice. But yeah, like when it comes to the music of all my Let's Plays and stuff, I listen to it very closely. I determine whether or not it's suitable for the bit of footage we're about to go into. And honestly, editing the music is the longest part of my Thrawn's Revenge edits, or my Let's Play edits. Just making sure that it all fits the scenario. I just don't throw tracks in there willy-nilly. I order them based on what's really happening in the footage. Some videos might have soundtracks in similar orders because that's just how the video happened to turn out. Really, it just works. But for the most part, none of my videos have these music tracks in the same order. They're always different every single time. I always swap them around, move them around to make sure they sound good. And I'm constantly looking for new Star Wars only music that's not copyrighted. These last couple of areas are basically the same as the picture folder or the picture tab or track that I had muted up here. These hold just extra songs, sometimes copies of songs. I just throw them down here instead of pulling them from my project media files over here. I just put them in these tracks right here, so it's just grab and go, grab and go. They're all muted. You can't hear them in the videos, only I can't hear them either when they're muted, but I have the ability to turn them on and off at will. So that's literally how I do all my Let's Plays. As far as the vlogs go, I kind of have a new system for that, so I'll show you that really quickly. So I keep everything kind of divided into a subfolder. Each of these folders have footage from their corresponding days that it just explains pretty much, like, you know, vlog 1, vlog 2, vlog 3, vlog 4. When I'm going through the footage from my camera to my PC, I organize it by the date, and I usually try to capture all that footage in one single day. So each of these is essentially 1 day of vlogging, pretty much. So that's literally all that is. I have a Photoshop file for the thumbnails. Now, what I used to do for thumbnails is strange. When it comes to like my Empire at War, my Let's Plays and stuff, initially I would just take a screenshot of it, and then here's where things got weird. I would take a screenshot in game, then upload it to a Google Drive and transfer it to this computer, because I could not get Photoshop to work on this computer for the life of me. I had so many issues with it. A few days ago, I got Photoshop working on here, so the only purpose of this computer is literally to be my streaming computer now. No other reason at all. So and now I just take screenshots from the game, I drag them to a separate folder, I edit them in Photoshop, and then we put them on YouTube pretty much. So that's literally how all of that breaks down. If you want to see how we do the actual vlog itself, I'll show you. Here's vlog footage, actually. Let me try to get the focus correctly. Here's all from vlog 4. This is all vlog 4's footage pretty much. It's pretty simple. I mean, until something chaotic and crazy kind of happens right now, vlog editing is really simple. I found quite a few good soundtracks to use for my vlogs and whatnot. But for the time being, it's really simple. I throw a lot of creative things here and there, maybe with like some text files or something of the sort. But for the most part, it's really just straightforward. You record, take that footage, chop it up, cut out some of the buts and uhs, and because frankly there are a lot of uhs and buts and ums that I have in my videos, but you may or may not notice that, but I edit like 90% of them out. It depends on the flow of the sentence that I'm saying. For the most part though, I usually edit all of my buts and my ums out, and then I throw some music in there. Sometimes I reuse the same soundtrack. It's not an extended cut or anything. I've just learned how to mesh the soundtrack very well with itself. I've been practicing this for a while, so when you see like two of the same soundtracks overlapping, I've usually tested, I do test to see if they sound good when they overlap with each other, to make it sound like it's just a continuous melody of the sorts. And even if it doesn't sound good, the volume is also kind of at a low enough range where you can't really notice a difference, honestly. Now with like this area right here, normally I would have a separate track for like certain pieces of the music that are going to be louder than their other parts. Like right here, we've got a build up into the song. I cut it, it gets louder as we transition into like this little black screen that says vlog 4, I got glasses, you know. Normally I would have this on a separate track. I just didn't do it for this one, but normally I'm very consistent with my methodologies for how methodology, is that the word? Methodology, I don't know, some big head word. Normally I'm very consistent with how I do that kind of stuff, but you know, sometimes you just do things without really noticing. So that's literally how I do all of my editing. And again, I have Photoshop on this computer now. My thumbnail editing is really easy. I think this is an old version of Photoshop that I have. Yeah, it's really easy. I mean, I took the screenshot from the episode or the game or whatever, throw it in Photoshop. I've got some nice Star Wars based text that I used for my Star Wars videos. The only one that looks out of place is the X, but that's because I couldn't find a good font for the X. Like the X in this font literally looks like an R, so I had to make the X its own separate font. I actually take candid photos for the vlogs. Initially I was letting YouTube just pick the thumbnail from the vlog itself, but I kind of didn't like that. So we started taking nice photos for the actual vlogs themselves and putting some text on them and all of that. But yeah, that's literally how it all goes. This lighting right now makes it look like we're in an American interpretation of Mexico, because you know how American movies always do. They always throw like that weird like yellow hue over like third world countries or Mexico or India or something. It's so weird. That's what this lighting kind of reminds me of. America is a weird place. That's pretty much how I do all of my video editing. Now that I've got all the software running on one computer, it's making it so much better now. Like I said, I couldn't get Photoshop working on it. And the original method again was sometimes I would just record on the other computer, drag it to this one, and then edit it. That was stupid, so I stopped doing that. The only time I ever do that is if I literally need to record like a Call of Duty video, like an actual legitimate Call of Duty video. Not a Twitch highlight, a Call of Duty video. The only reason I would do it like that is again, to save myself lag. Like when I record on the other computer, obviously my game on this computer isn't gonna lag. It's gonna be perfectly fine. So that makes it that's the only situation where I'll have to record actually on the other computer. But for the most part, I do all my recording on this one now, or I just pull like a Twitch highlight off of my Twitch page and edit that up into like a good video. There are very rare cases where I still actually record on the other computer. Like I said, if it's like me reviewing a gun or doing some Call of Duty stuff, that's different because I have a nicer camera angle for that kind of stuff. I've actually got two cameras. I've got this one right here, and then I've got the one that I use for my streams and stuff. I don't want to show you it because my GF is literally sitting on the other side and I don't want to capture her in the video without her permission. So, but that's legitimately kind of how I do everything really. It might sound complicated in practice, but I've been doing this for so long now. It's like when I edit a thumbnail or a video, it takes like 30-40 minutes depending on what we're doing, and sometimes less. Music is the biggest factor in it. Sometimes I get distracted and goof off a little bit here and there. It's a process that I'm super used to, so you know, once you've developed a method or a system for something, it's kind of hard to really let other people kind of in and do like editing for you. Unless it's like a Twitch highlight or something. Anybody can really edit a Twitch highlight to make it look nice. No disrespect to video editors out there, for the record. It's a very easy process that I developed for myself for a lot of my videos. So it's kind of what I'm just gonna stick with right now. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. There was a lot of information kind of packed into everything, and it's something I've always wanted to really talk about, but I didn't know if I ever wanted to record it or like how I didn't know how I wanted to record it. Now that we've got the vlogging camera, it's a little bit more fun versus just staring at my screen and clicking at this and this. You get to see more, there's more character in this explanation. So again, hopefully you all enjoyed this video. Be sure to leave a like on it and sub to the channel for more Star Wars and other vlogging content, gaming content, you name it. Shout out to my Patreons for supporting me on Patreon. I really do appreciate you and the support. The fact that people willingly will give me money in support of my careers and dreams is crazy. Shout out to Gamer Advantage. I'm not sponsored by Gamer Advantage, but I love the glasses that I bought from you guys. These are phenomenal. This is the first pair of real glasses I've actually ever owned, and cleaning them is kind of a pain. I'm not used to cleaning glasses. It's something I gotta get used to. Shout out to all my fans that have just been supporting me. I really do appreciate you all, and I will see you in another video. I'm still learning how to look at the lens, so sue me. I will get better at that, I promise. I promise. Yeah, dude. One of my videos has 420 views. Let's leave it exactly at that. Let's go.